Alrighty, here she is. Number 3, we are pulling the batteries out of the boat today. Sad times in the North Country. Winter is coming and we are getting ready to winterize the boat. And that's what we're going to talk about today, winterizing lithium batteries. We're going to go over some tips that us here at the office at Wired to Fish, some tips that we have for storing lithium batteries during the winter, as well as some tips from MillerTech. So let's get into it. So one of the first steps that we took when winterizing these batteries, we chose to pull them out. One of the beauties of MillerTech is that you don't have to pull your batteries for the winter months. It's totally up to you, personal preference. Around here, we get some pretty nasty winters, and there was some water in the back here. So just to be safe, we're just gonna pull these batteries out, store them in a dry area inside, put them on a plank of wood. That's another thing that's a preference of ours too, is to get those batteries off the floor. I know some guys say, nah, you don't have to worry about it nowadays. And if that's you, that's fine. But personally, I think it's a good idea just to take that extra 5 seconds. Take a piece of wood, take a piece of carpet, just something to get the battery directly off of the floor, especially if you have concrete floor like we have in the office here. But again, if you want to keep those batteries in there, that's totally fine. MillerTech is totally okay with that. They say that you are good to go doing so. And that's one of the nice things with the quick connects that's on the charger. You do have to pull your charger. That is one thing that MillerTech does recommend. So again, you can undo those quick connects, pull that charger out, but you can leave your batteries and your terminals hooked up. Again, that's the beauty of those quick connects. You don't have to undo all these terminal rings. Do your quick connect, pull your charger out, and then you're good to go for the winter. And one thing to note, whether you are leaving your batteries in the boat or you're pulling them out, a good practice is to fully charge your batteries. Obviously that sweet zone is somewhere in that 50%, but who has the time to perfectly drain your batteries to that percentage? MillerTech recommends just topping them off, getting them to 100%, and you're good to go for the winter. Don't have to worry about it. So batteries are charged, we pulled those all out. Now we're gonna pull the charger out. I already pulled the screws out, so we're good to go there. Once we get this charger out, we're gonna bring this and the batteries inside the office here. We're gonna show you guys exactly how we plan to store these over the winter. Alrighty, so as you can see right here, that is where they're gonna lie for the winter time. We got a couple of boards underneath here just to get those batteries up and off the floor. I got the charger next to it here. I'll keep that along with the batteries over the winter just to get that charger out of the elements. Also, when springtime rolls around, I just have the charger here. I got an outlet. It's easy for me. Once the time comes, we're about to put these back in the boat. I can throw them on the charger and get them ready to rock for next season. Also over the winter time, one thing I will do is use the MillerTech app. Again, it's just a Bluetooth app that connects to these batteries. And I'll just use that just to keep an eye on them, just to see where they're at voltage-wise. So one last step now that I have my batteries stored where I'm gonna keep them over the winter is really just doing an inspection of them, making sure everything's looking good, all your seals are good. And a big thing is checking your terminals. After a couple seasons, you can get some corrosion on there, especially if you get some water in your back compartments. And to get the best connection, you want your terminals to be clean, especially if they're gonna be sitting here over the winter time. So I'll just take a wire brush. If there's any corrosion, any gunk on them, take a wire brush, get all of that off those terminals, get them nice and clean, wipe the batteries down, and then they're good to go for the winter. Again, those are just some tips from MillerTech and some of us here at Wired to Fish of how we like to winterize and store lithium batteries. Some of those tips can definitely help increase the longevity of your batteries and make sure that they are ready to go for many seasons to come.